Hello again. I forgot to do the first example on your worksheet. So we're going to do that together now so that you can see another example. So on this worksheet that you guys have to do, you only have 9 questions this week. They are a little bit longer, so that's why I only gave you this set. But I want to work through number 1 on your worksheet together. So if you're watching this like you're supposed to, you'll get one free answer. Lucky you. So for number 1 on your Pearson Square problem worksheet, it says to formulate 500 pounds of a 21% crude protein ration using soybean meal and corn, right? So what I do is, again, I write that at the top just so that I can keep that in mind as I'm going and have it to refer back to. So at the end, we want 500 pounds total, and we want 21% crude protein, or CP. All right. And we're going to use corn and soybean meal. So it says that it gives you the percentage of crude protein for each. So it says soybean meal has 44 point, oh, this just gives you 44%. So, it's actually 44.4. All right. 44.4%. And then corn is going to give you 9%. So that is what we're working with. 44.4 and 9%. So first steps, we got to set up our box. Okay. So I'm going to draw my box. I'm going to make it a little smaller this time so I don't run out of room. So up here at this upper corner, I'm going to write soybean meal. And that's going to be 44.4. We're just labeling our box. Down here, corn. And that's going to be 9. Okay. And then in the middle, we said we put this end product crude protein percentage, the one that we want to get to at the end. So 21 is what we're going to write in the middle. Okay. So now we're going to do our next step. That's setting up the box. Next step is the subtraction part. Okay. So I'm going to draw my diagonal arrows. And again, all that's showing you is kind of which direction to move. So I'm going to go ahead and add those like that. And then one going up like that. Okay. So for our first set, 44.4 minus 21, we're subtracting across. That is going to equal 23.4. Okay, 23.4. All right, and I'm not going to add the units yet because remember we said there's a little bit of a weird thing we have to do with the units. Then when we go across this way, again, you want to subtract the smaller number from the larger number because we don't want negatives, okay? So we're actually going to do 21 minus 9, and that's going to give us 12. Okay? So you see how I did that? This arrow is kind of showing us where to write it, but we did 21 minus 9, and we got 12. Okay? And then we said that for our feed types, which is basically our units here, we just carry those straight across. So soybean meal is right here. So I'm going to carry it straight across. And we're going to have 12 parts soybean meal. Okay. And then down here I have corn. I'm going to carry that straight across. So I'm going to have 23.4 parts corn. All right. Step, I guess, 2, done. All right, so we set up our box, then we subtracted. Now, step 3, we just have to add these 2 numbers that we got, these ones here in orange, we just have to add those together. That's step 3. Okay, so I like to put a little plus sign there so I don't forget. 12 plus 23.4 equals 35.4. And that's just going to be our total, okay? So I say total right here. And just so you know, I'm not expecting you to do this without a calculator. You can use a calculator with all these problems. I don't do this without a calculator. So you can use your calculator, all right? Actually, I encourage you to use your calculator for these. That way you can make sure that you get them right. So we have done all of our box stuff, all right? So step 1, set up box. Step 2, subtract. Step 3, add these two together over here in orange. All right, now we're gonna do the part where first we're gonna get the percentages, then we're gonna take the percentages and get the pounds. Okay, so we'll start with soybean meal this time since it's on the top. And right now, we're gonna do percentages first. I'm gonna label this soybean meal. All right. Right here, over here on the right side, we said we got 12 parts soybean meal. So that's our first number we're gonna write. 12 divided by, ooh, I'm about to fall. Oops. 12 divided by 35.4. Okay? Because that is our total. And that equals 0.339. Okay, so we have this decimal. Now to get a percent, you just multiply by 100 times 100, and that equals 33.9% soybean meal. Okay. Good. Now we're gonna do corn. Exact same thing, but with corn. So for corn, I said, or we calculated that we have 23.4 parts of corn. So we're gonna take 23.4 divided by the total, so 35.4, which equals 0.661. Okay, there's our decimal. Multiply by 100 to get the percent, which equals 66.1% corn. That step is done now. We've got a percent of soybean meal and a percent of corn, okay? So again, last step is that we want to take that percent and translate that to actual pounds. How many pounds of each one do we have to add or mix together in order to get 500 at the end? All right, so I'm also going to erase the square again so that we have room to write this step. I'm just going to erase this. And I dropped a marker. Okay, I'm going to get my marker. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna use red for this step. So if you remember our last step, we want to, again, we're gonna do a calculation for each one of these. So soybean meal. We're gonna take our total that we want at the end. So 500, now we're working with pounds. So we got our percent, now we want pounds. 500 times the percentage we got, but in the decimal form. Don't forget that. So we're not using 33.9, we're using 0.339, okay? So remember, use the decimal. So 500 times 0.339, which is gonna equal 169.5 pounds of soybean meal. So 169.5, and that's pounds. Okay, and that was our soybean meal. Okay, then we want to do corn. So again, same steps, just with corn. So we start with 500, then multiply this previous number we got in the decimal form, so 0.661. And if we calculated it, we would get 330.5. So 330.5, and that's pounds of corn. And then you're done. So then you could take these 2 pounds, you could weigh those out, mix them together, and know that you are getting 500 pounds of feed that is 21% crude protein, which is what you want, okay? So this is number 1 on your worksheet. Again, I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have questions. Email me, I will help you out. These are not too difficult once you can kind of figure out the first couple. So good luck.